It's no secret. Mostly everything is more or less borrowed, copied, inspired, influenced in some form or fashion. Good Lord knows that Hollywood has done it enough to a point where it's just sad these days, and it seems video games are guilty of this too. Now, most of you know I am a fan of Sonic. I have stood by him through the good times and bad, and the less said about Sonic's Spinball, the better. But at times, it seems that he's peering over his rival's fence to see what he could put out as another cheap knockoff, I mean truly inspired party game. Oh please, who am I kidding? I will admit that our beloved Sega mascot is not innocent in this department, as when you look at previous games such as Sonic Shuffle from the Dreamcast in 2000, this is basically a bastardized version of Mario Party, and to the recent release of Sega Superstars Tennis. While it was praised, it was basically just a copy of Mario Tennis. And now we come to Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Was it really necessary to have Sonic's name in the title as well, when we all knew full well that he would be leading the cast? Never mind, I'll be here all day with this. Sure, this game does copy quite a few aspects from the Mario Kart franchise, with weapons and assorted power-ups and shields you can pick up during the race to aid you in the attempt to finish first. There isn't really a story to speak of in this game. Pretty much like Sonic R, it's just to race through the Grand Prix through the different difficulty settings, and you score Sega miles through the stages to earn miles points that you can unlock other characters in the game. Whilst the lineup for this game is good, I felt that the level of Sonic characters could have been toned down a little, as there are 7 from the Blue Boys franchise and so little from Sega's other notable franchises. Alex Kidd gets a look in for the second time in nearly 2 decades. Not that too many people would remember him after all this time. The only other thing I think could have been revised is the dialogue that the announcer would use at times. He would spat out puns so bad it made me blush in embarrassment. Mind you, this could also be said for the dialogue that the Sonic characters would utter, as all these are just repeated lines from past games. Are Sega really that low on funds they would have to use these and not record fresh dialogue from the voice actors that would have had more relevance to this game? I guess I'm the only one on this that thinks there is no reason to that thought. For a Sega game, it's what we expect it to be. Cartoony. I think the developers decided to start as they meant to go on with the look from Sonic Unleashed as far as the Sonic characters go. The level designs are well laid out, and the Sonic levels are bright, colourful with the usual loops. The Super Monkey Ball levels are just as colourful, but somewhat tight with the corners. The style for this is somewhat loose and does take some getting used to. The design of the tracks makes you think about your timing and your steering, as all it takes is one lousy bump to put you out of sync, and then it's back to square one to get to the front. Drifting around the corners helps a lot, as this builds momentum in the form of turbo boosts. Oh, a random Knight Rider reference. Who knew? From what I have played so far, the best races to use are that of the Sonic franchise. No surprise there. Sonic has the overall package of control but lacks in speed, whereas Shadow has a somewhat more aggressive pace to his game on his chopper, and does much more so than his rival. Despite the fact that this game is nothing more than a carbon copy of Super Mario Kart, it's actually a fun game to play by yourself, with friends, or with friends and random users online. It's fast, fun, challenging, never leaves you bored, and a good way of killing some time. Once you have played the game, it could be viewed that it being unoriginal is irrelevant, as when a game is this infectiously fun, who cares? Sure, it's a racing party game that does not take itself too seriously with the characters and courses it has laid out, and to tell you the truth, it works so well this way, as sometimes it's good to play something that is light-hearted and is just about fun.